Welcome back to Brother Sports Podcast presented by RambleOnSports.com. It is Friday, April 5th. Happy birthday to the first lady of the Two Brother Sports Podcast, Miss Taylor Carlin, my wife. Great day to celebrate. We're gonna have a great weekend. She's probably not even listening, but if I didn't do the shout out, Max, you know how it goes. So love you, babe. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for letting me do podcasts each week. I promise one day it will come to fruition. But yes, the first lady of the Two Brother Sports Podcast. It's her birthday today. She's the big 3-0. I know we're not supposed to talk about ages when it comes to the ladies, but this is a milestone. 3-0, big time. She's accomplished a lot in those 30 years. So super dope and excited to celebrate this weekend. So without further ado, let's get on to some sports. It's just me and Max. It's just the two brothers this week. Sean is actually on his way down to us to celebrate for the weekend. So we're going to give him the pass on this weekend because we get to see his beautiful face. But he did give us a couple small picks. We'll get into those later. But Max, how are we doing this fine Thursday night?
Good, man. Week's been solid. Nothing crazy's happened, so I'm ready for the weekend, ready for a good Saturday, good Friday even for some sports fans, some women's sports fans. But yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll. Made some money steadily through the week, so I'm chilling. I'm doing good.
I love it. I love it. And speaking of Good Fridays, was that last Friday too? Talking Easter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we
I don't even
celebrate.
think we said Happy Easter last Thursday.
Yeah, we did not. So happy Good Friday, happy belated Easter. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Yeah. Overall, going to be a great weekend coming up. We also had a great weekend last, but just wanted to look through. We're looking at golf, right? So just talking about what's already on. Looking at we got the Valero Texas Open right now. I will say for the people listening, it's usually if we do a big tournament, we'll get it out Tuesday, Wednesday. This week, not so much. Odds are still shifting for just going forward. They're still trying to finish up round one as we're doing the podcast. So don't have any picks for you right now because we don't know where that's going to end, even at the end of the day. But can guarantee that we will be doing an early pod next week for the Masters. So I guess what I'd say, Max, and you can maybe echo this as well, but I feel like this weekend I'm probably going to stay away from golf betting and I'm going to mostly use it as a scouting weekend to see who's kind of playing well going into the Masters weekend. But anything that you like for the weekend so far?
No, yeah, I'm kind of just saving up, racking in some stuff for next Thursday through Sunday. Ready for some Augusta.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we'll get into that next week. I know we should have Sean. Hopefully we can get Creighton because when you get those two together, me and Max are basically not even existent. It's just the two boys, the two other brothers from other mothers, and me and Max just get to take all that information and apply it to the betting stuff. So excited for that one. Honestly, it may just be a Masters preview on its own. We're going to be wrapping up college hoops here after this podcast. So that's going to be on the forefront. We've got some baseball to get into, that kind of stuff as we close out with our football basketball season. And I know that's our big stuff. So we will definitely be there on the golf front. But let's talk hoops, Max. Let's talk women's college hoops right now. Let's just recap real quick what happened last weekend. We look at it. I mean, I think the obvious answer is LSU Iowa. Could that have been the best game, men or women's, in the tournament so far this year? Hard to argue against it, but thoughts on, Elite Eight, what you're looking towards for the women's Final Four, because we got some great games and some stars. So I love it.
Yeah. I mean, shout out, I guess this somewhat of a spoiler, but shout out to NC State. Both teams are in there. I mean, UConn as well, but that's not a surprise. They do that many times and have always done it. So, but NC State, I think 3 seed for the women's and then 11 for men's, but still, that's awesome. I think
Yep.
first time ever two teams have had both. So that's awesome. Iowa LSU, yeah, Monday night. Great game. I mean, Angel fucking ball. She had 20 boards, I think 17 points.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
Flauja Johnson, I think she's a sophomore. She's fucking balling. She's gonna be super nice in the coming years.
Yep.
And then, of course, shut up, yes. Caitlin Clark, dude. I mean, fucking balled out. She did her thing, just took over the game. What was it, like 41, like 10 assists and a couple boards, something like that. But yeah, dude, I was rocking and rolling. UConn. Oh, well, no, I wanted to say, you said best game, men or women's. It was the second most viewed between the two. I think the men's that beat it just barely. It was 12.3 for women's for
Yep.
the LSU Iowa, and then it was Duke NC State, I think, surpassed it. That was the only other game all tournament.
It's on viewership.
Yeah. And like it beat out every MLB game last year, like all college football games except for SEC championship and the playoffs and championship. Like it's insane. So crazy what Caitlin has done and Angel. Angel is she's moving on to WNBA, but she absolutely brought more people to the sport just like Caitlin. So it was great. It will be a great Iowa UConn matchup. I think that game's gonna be fucking awesome. Paige
Oh
Buchert's
yeah. Yep. And the best part about that is that Caitlin Clark has been that was her dream was to go to UConn. I read something that she has a
right?
caricature
Yeah.
from like Disney World of her in a UConn jersey. And I think that's just banana lands. I mean, of course, it's like the Steph Curry thing, right? It's like how did Seth
Yeah,
Green
no one. Yeah,
yeah, how did like Virginia Tech not get Steph Curry when Steph Curry wanted to go to Tech and like all that stuff? And so you're just like, dude, like this is insane. I'm trying to pull it up. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull it up in time, and I don't want to keep everyone waiting.
odds.
No, so I was trying to pull up I think it's like the 2019 or 2020 women's recruiting class, like the top 100 on ESPN. If you look at the top five, it's like in no order, because I can't remember off the top of my head. It was Paige Beckers, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Cardoza from SC, and one other person that is slipping my it might have been Van Lith, Haley Van Lith. Um I think
Yeah.
those were the five, and all five were in the Elite Eight games. And I think that just goes to show that, we have, if you look at like WNBA and just kind of the women that have brought basketball to where it is now, like your Lisa Leslie's, your Diana Taurasi Superbirds, Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, like there's definitely
Yes.
some I'm forgetting, but like those are the OGs.
Yeah.
And you see this class now with Caitlin Clark and like all of everyone that's in this tournament right now, you're kind of like, damn, like this might be that next kind of superstar group. I really hope it's what takes WNBA to the next level. I think, regardless of what kind of basketball you watch or prefer, whether it be European, women's, men's, like anything, Caitlin Clark is an absolute box office. Like, you have to go see her play. Taylor doesn't watch a whole lot of basketball in general. But I made sure I was like, hey, we're sitting down, we're watching this LSU Iowa game. And she was just laughing by the end of it because of the absurdity of Caitlin Clark jumpers that she was hitting was just like, this is comical. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's just insane how easy she makes that stuff look. So shout out Caitlin Clark. Shout out Angel Reese, who's she declared for the WNBA draft. She's gonna be a baller in the WNBA. I think she's
Projected.
yeah, I think she's ready. Like, not that Caitlin Clark and some of those guys are, but like the physicality that differs from the college to the WNBA. Like, I think Angel Reese is ready for it. She was very fucking good in college. She might be a better pro than she was in college. So, I think
Yeah.
I mean, we know Caitlin Clark can be a baller. Becker's also a stud, but yeah, I mean, like overall, just really good. And then, of course, we're talking
Here's
about
what
this
we back.
game and SC, South Carolina, is just not even, I don't know how quiet this is, but like, how are they quietly rolling to a potentially undefeated season? And no one's talking about them. It's because they're just rolling right now. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Dawn has always fucking she's an awesome coach. She's honestly like it's funny, I saw who's comparing. I think it was might have been Pat McAfee, but it was someone was comparing Dan Hurley to Jim Harbaugh, and then um
okay.
like just like they're like hardcore, like doesn't care what anyone else really thinks, going to do their own thing. And I think Dawn's right in there with both of them as well.
Yep.
She fucking just awesome, says what she wants. Very stern and knows how to get a team straight and in order. So I don't see them losing to NC State. I mean, it's just they're fucking rolling, like you said.
Yep. Yep. And let's get into just real. I know you just that's a good segue. Let's get into the odds for both games real quick. Make our picks.
Yep.
NC. We'll start with NC State at South Carolina. South Carolina is minus 11.5. Over under 139.5. Anything that you like there? I'm a little
Uh,
hesitant. 11.5 points.
I like overs, dude. These
It
both
is a
overs
low
hit
over.
for Monday night. Both overs hit. Um, so I think South Carolina either just fucking puts up like 100 and
I hope
it's
NC State puts up
100 to
30.
like 70 or something, or it's like 85 to like 76 or some shit, like they both just are just scoring. It's either a blowout or it's somewhat close but still high scoring, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and you're talking SC.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like that over like
yeah,
139 and a half.
139.5 is pretty low.
The Iowa LSU was 167 and a half, and that hit close, but still by I think
I think
five
it's
points.
yeah, might have been more.
It
I'm trying
hit
to,
with like a minute left, and then they started fouling and all that and late stuff. So I think it was like 6 points.
dude. I mean, hindsight's 2020. There was one point where I was looking at the over under on the UConn or the LSU Iowa game. It was at 193.5. I should have slammed the under, and I am so mad that I didn't.
Well, because it was 45-45 at halftime,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
did not score. Like I was like, dude,
no,
there's no way this doesn't hit. Like, are you shitting me? They're gonna put up another 90, and we're golden.
yep,
And
no.
it was
193 would have been 91 to 93. That would have cleared it. No, it wouldn't have been. It would have been like
oh, what do you
96.
mean?
That would have been like 96 to like 97. Like no way that was clearing. I'm so mad at myself. I should have took out a mortgage for that bet. The live bet, dude, the live bet was crazy. I was like, I might bet the over. And then it was like 185. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And then it went to 193. And I was like, I should slam that under. And whatever. Hindsight, but maybe I'll do that for next time. Um, so I like that. So okay. And then where are you going on the UConn Iowa game? Because I'm pretty much in agreement with that. I just it's the NC State Magic. I can't fade on a point spread. And you'll see that recurring theme later in the talk.
Yeah. Dude, I think UConn has it's I mean it's Caitlin Clark. I mean Gabby Marshall's good. What is it? Caitlin Martin or something like that. Um they're all Iowa's a solid team, but like no one else like really hits. No one gets if Caitlin's getting 40, no one's really getting more than like 10, I
Yep.
feel like.
What's her name? Skulky, they're like
Skolke's solid. She's super crucial in the board and stuff.
if she gets in foul trouble, they're fucked.
Exactly. Like she got fouled out last game.
Yep. That was also a stupid. Did you see the foul she got fouled out on? That would honestly, I oh my god, that drives me nuts, dude.
Angel's foul out was a little crazy too.
Yeah, yeah. It was definitely one of those where you're like, probably could have stayed
Like
in
down to
out.
the wire, you kind of just let it go. But whatever.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know they want to see Caitlin Clark win one before she goes. I'm not saying like that whole game. That wasn't like WVU. Um,
Yeah. No,
that
no,
was
they were
more,
like, no, we need Caitlin Clark at least in the Elite Eight. Like she cannot go down the Sweet 16.
yeah, yeah, facts.
But
I do have a quick stat, and it's going to combine men and women's.
okay.
So I think I'm going 2004, Yukon men's won the national championship,
Yep.
as did the women's.
Yep.
2014, Yukon won the national championship for men's, as did the women's.
Mm.
It is 2024. And I don't see why I can't just put a little future on men's and women's Yukon basketball teams to
Oh,
win the championship. Plus 958. Yukon is minus 195 for men's.
yeah.
That is insane, dude.
I mean, yeah.
And women's is plus 600. They're the third favorite. So I said, fuck it, why not? I'll throw a little something on it. If this is anything like the San Francisco Giants between 2010 and 2016 or 14, whatever, not 16,
Yep.
we won it 16. Between those two, if it's anything like that, it's bound to happen. So I said, why not? That's a little fun thing. Plus 958. I just watched my phone, but it was plus 958. Both Yukon teams to win the championship. So with that, I'll probably hedge with Iowa money line tomorrow, um, or just the over again. I mean, what was that? That's 167 too, right? I just fucking had it
I
up.
have 162. Maybe
That's probably solid six. Yeah, it's 62 and a half. So
yep.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have Iowa and then I
Paige
lean
and,
over.
Paige and Caitlin will put up 80 points together. So
Too bad we can't bet that here. Hey, buddy.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Dad's going down. Ooh, Dad is going down tomorrow, I think. If he gets down there, like, Dad, make a new account, use a referral.
What am I doing? You FaceTime me, children. But
Uh,
yeah.
oh, yeah. But I want to say that UConn's got a little more star power or depth, not really
Yeah.
star power.
No, depth wise, yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Um,
And it's Gino. I mean,
and yeah, I'm excited to see how Chris plays against Caitlin Clark. Like that's one of those like I don't want to say I'm trying to think of a good example. It's not like a LeBron versus like a Steph Curry, but it kind of is at the same time. Like it's like Becker's is like gets points, but like ultimately will have like 8 rebounds. And like Caitlin Clark had the same thing, but I'd like to see what Caitlin Clark's assists were like if they weren't full court passes from like, and I'm not discounting, but I'm just saying that if you got a cherry picker running down the lane and they're all by themselves on a fast break and you just flip it to them, that's different than some of the passes that even Caitlin Clark had that were like, in front of the person, like as they're running, that were like nasty passes. So like, well, I don't think Iowa will get that many ticky tack fast break like three like you know what I'm saying? Like there's so many times where like Iowa got the ball and just flipped it and they're already down there. And like I get it, but like I just don't think UConn. I think UConn's gonna be prepared for that.
exactly, dude. Like, they're gonna know how to slow Caitlin down. You can't really stop her, but you can slow her down. I mean, so, and they did play, I think, in 21 in the Sweet 16. Iowa and UConn played, and Caitlin and Paige played. But um, yeah. So that's probably all I got. I the plus 124 UConn just seems so nice, though.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. I think that's fair. I will say just for the sake of it, because I have it actually, I've got on my free bet, I've got Indiana State money line right now. parlayed with parlayed with Iowa and South Carolina for like plus 201.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, they're not looking great right now. Seton Hall's winning. So it might not matter. So I'll just have to recreate the parlay. But it's minus 116 if you do Iowa money line and SC money line parlay. If you did like SC minus like 2.5, you could probably get it to plus money. But I'm just not messing with that.
E minus 2.5.
Like
You get
SC,
it to 20?
I don't even know if you could do it on an alt spread, honestly. They might not even let you get down that low.
But how would
But
you get plus money if both? Oh, you're saying because it's minus 900. That's right.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. So like you did, let me see. I don't even think they'll give you the
I was
lowest they
confused.
give you is minus 3.5. So like you do minus 3 with, let's see. Sorry, I know this is bad podcasting.
Dead air, dead air.
The screen's slow. Minus 101 would be minus 3.5 and UConn money line. So like minus 4.5 will get you plus money. Just I'm not gonna do the math. Like it's minus 101. Just fuck off. So yeah, so that's what I got. So yeah, I think Skulky's gonna have a big game, or gonna need to have a big game for Iowa to win. But yeah, I like Iowa and SC in there. I know you have UConn winning, so I'm gonna go with SC beating Iowa. I don't like it, but I mean, I have a hard time not like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. SC is just dominant. Don Steele
I
kind of
think
rolling. Haven't lost a
whoever South
game.
Carolina plays, they'll probably beat. But I just couldn't not do that.
Oh yeah,
Period.
yeah, totally. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I like that. All right, sweet. Anything else on the ladies before we get over to the men's final four?
No, I think I'm good.
Sweet, sweet. So we're gonna have two recurring teams. So shout out UConn and NC State for getting both men and women's programs into the Final Four in the same year. Just add that to the trivia list. The UConn's done that a few times already, so nothing new for them. But NC State first time I think ever, if not since like the '80s. So shout out them. Start with that. So Saturday at 5, I believe. Let me get the times right.
609.
6:09. Oh, sweet. Yes. So you got time to go home, walk Hester, and then come back and meet us wherever we're watching the game. Um, sweet. All right. So 6:09, NC State +9 at Purdue, over under 146.5. I think I know where you're going, but I'll say my piece and then let you tell me why I'm wrong. I'm leaning Purdue -9, leaning the under 146. I really don't want it to be Max, but I have a bad feeling this is gonna be a early Burns foul out. Edie's gonna just eat, and it's gonna be a boring game that we're all gonna complain about come next week. And it'll be like 74 to 65, and it'll be right on the dot. I mean, that's right on the right on the -9, but it's gonna be right around there. It's just whether Purdue makes their free throws at the end, unfortunately. And Zach Edey might have 40 points. So that's my thought. I hope it doesn't go that way. I hope NC State makes a fight. I hope it's close. I haven't looked at the first half odds, but I kind of like an NC State like plus probably like 5, I think is the first half spread, if I had to guess. Yep, exactly 5. So I don't hate like an NC State +5 at the first half, and then second half Purdue's probably gonna win, but Max, tell me otherwise, because you've been all over NC State, and I think I'm just burnt out from watching Zach Edey in the tournament, and I think that is the case.
No, I mean, we've seen what has happened these fucking 4 games, 3 games,
Yep.
3, whatever. He's gonna get the calls. He's gonna do his thing. I agree. I think it's pretty much gonna be damn near blowout. Um, it would suck. I mean, I did have NC State losing in the Final Four. Hey, I was one of the 2% that had NC State in the Final Four. So
I
a
respect
little
it.
pat on the back for me. But yeah, I just not even that their takes run out. It's just Purdue is Edie's been doing his thing and just I don't know. I don't see Purdue really not like they're gonna dominate. So
I mean, you got Braden Smith, you've got Zach Edey, you got Zach Edey and Zach Edey. Um, and what I wrote down was I was like Burns marking. I was like Burns guarding Edey question mark probably Middlebrooks, right? Like because Burns is going to pick up two in the first 5 minutes, and then
yep,
they're going to put Middlebrooks on him. And like you can't have Burns out. Like honestly, I know like he's a big dude and they need him to rest. So his rest minutes are fine. You can't take any more minutes away from that because of foul trouble. So it's going to be very crucial that Middlebrooks guards Edie like pretty much the whole game. And like
yeah,
speaking of experience, as someone who's much better offensively on the basketball court than defensively, I do the same shit a lot. I'm like, you guard the guy who I know I'm going to get scored on so that I have more energy on offense to score. And so
yeah,
hopefully Keats picks up on that and that's what they do. But at the end of the day, I mean, Purdue's just been rolling. They've been getting calls. They've got Zach Edey. It's honestly like it it bums me out from a basketball perspective, but you have to appreciate it at the same time. Like no one's stopping this guy. So like when he's done, that's great. But I think I'm playing the under. I think 146 is right about where I want it. Just I don't know, man.
yeah.
I don't know. Like just don't see it. I know.
Hard.
Yeah, that's really all I have on that. So that's just a bummer. But hopefully NC State does not do that, and that's what happens. But I mean, Tennessee's a really good fucking team, and they made that game so fucking boring and awful to watch that. I mean, we didn't even watch it on Sunday on Easter, so we were like barely watching it. So
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we were watching it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like the intentive, like at the edge of your screen. It's more like, oh, like okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Cool. Well, we're on the same page there. Let's go Bama UConn. Bama, number 4 seed at UConn, also minus 11.5, similar to our South Carolina Lady Gamecocks, over under 161 last time I checked.
Yep.
Max, what do you like from this game?
Probably over. I mean, Bama's gonna have to put up some points. Um, 85, 80, 85, 80. Stop right there. I don't think I think 11 and a half is kind of a lot, but I guess I mean UConn has also just been steamrolling people, so I I just don't know. I mean UConn's gonna win. It is what it is, but
Yeah, so
well, a little lot because Bama's
I,
been very solid.
I said unless Bama hits their threes, there's no way that Bama
Yeah,
loses. And they got to
exactly.
hit all of them. And
Well,
they're
yeah.
just, I don't know, man. I I'm so torn because March Madness is such a tough thing, man, because you want the upsets, but then when you get to this point, you realize that you never wanted them to begin with because now it's just like, even from a gambling perspective, the fact that both Final Four games are 9.5 or greater spreads, like, dude, like makes it so hard. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
and and that's what I wrote. I said, if Bama hits their threes, dot, 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 we shall see. But I don't know. So UConn has not had a team score over 74.5 points yet this tournament, and that's Bama's over under team total. Based on what you said, I know you like the over. I might go under and just basically bet on an ugly slosh fest. The only thing is that Bama hit a bunch of threes that they probably had no business hitting in their last game. So it's kind of one of those things where like it's not like they need to be open threes. They just need to get a couple guys going that spreads the floor around. But I don't know who's stopping Kling Kong, as they call him.
He's so
Yeah, oh yeah, and then you have Caravan, Spencer, Tristan Newton, Stephon Castle. Like it's loaded. And I mean, I was probably 13 when 12, 13 when Florida went back to back and they were dominant. I don't know if they were this dominant. I don't think they were this dominant. I mean, UConn
well
is
because they were a 3 seed one year,
yeah, I
weren't
think they
they?
were three the first year, one the second year. I think they were a one seed the second year. Um, it's like, dude, like honestly, it's fine. I mean, it's fine, but UConn just rolling. You respect it, and we just gotta, I don't know, and hope that people leave and we get something else next year. But it's pretty incredible
Hands
to watch. And I won't. It's this UConn team, and honestly, towards the end of the last run last year, they're just like Patrick Mahomes. I don't. You, I will not fade UConn until they don't cover, and so that's where we're at.
yeah, no, can't blame me there.
So,
I guess
uh,
both UConn, Purdue.
yeah, yeah, I do like so UConn minus 6.5 first half spread. I like that. Um, and then also if we do like UConn Purdue, check this out. It's a little dicey, but it's also still juicy considering the odds. Both UConn and Purdue to lead at half and win. So just halftime, full time, but just for those who might not understand that. But minus 127 parlayed. That's how crazy that is. It's like minus
Damn.
380 and like minus 270. So it's like just for them to win and lead at half is minus 127. Like I might just like that might be my whale play. And then hopefully that works out. But I just don't really see any world that that doesn't happen, to be honest with you. I see NC State leading at half more than I do Bama. Like I could see NC State making an ugly first half, maybe being up like one or two. But like overall, I don't necessarily see that. And I might just do like first half spread and then money line. And that might be better odds.
True.
Because you don't need the spread at the end. You just need the spread in the first half. So I'm gonna look that up. But yeah, UConn, Purdue. I'm going UConn over Purdue. For the sake of DraftKings, they actually do have that matchup if they were to post the odds today. So let's look at that and see if there's anything we like. My computer's slow today, so apologies everyone. We're just a little slow
Minus
today.
5.5 UConn.
Minus 5.5 UConn and what over unders 146.5.
Yep.
I'd probably go over and God, minus 5.5. It's like they know what they're doing. I'd probably do under and UConn money line parlayed, and I'd probably just let that wrap up at wherever. Okay, we might just not get it, but yeah. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, hey,
Wrigley.
Wrigley, what do you think about Purdue, UConn? Purdue or UConn? UConn or Purdue? I think his head tilted. Oh, UConn? Yeah, he wants UConn. You want UConn? He's a little husky. He's a little husky. Yeah, he's just joining us. He's like, all right.
Oh,
Yeah, dude needs to go outside, I think. He's like,
yeah.
motherfucking. So okay, won't let me parlay it. So we'll just figure it out later, I guess. Unless you can pull it up, Max, but I'm getting all my internet's just going wonky. Um, you going UConn with the points or Purdue with the points? I would
Um,
I love the Kling and Edie matchup, by the way. That would be fun.
yeah, that would be sick. I might go UConn points if I had to pick.
Yep. I'm probably with you there. I don't see anyone beating them. And for our sake, I think the second chance bracket, we need Purdue to not win, and we need UConn to get to the final.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
um, for my financial sake, but yeah, that's all I got. I mean, It stinks, Max. I wish we could get like more into stuff. Like I feel like the men's is just not it's like we have this great fucking tournament and then we get to the final four and it's like, damn. I mean, they
Yeah,
deserve, but I think we'll have one of those. I think the NC State Purdue game will be closer, and then Purdue will probably hit some free throws at the end to cover.
yeah.
So, all right. Enough hoops. Anything else hoops, or shall we get into whatever else we feel like talking about for the weekend?
Yeah. No, yeah. Should be a good weekend for hoops.
Yep. Yep. Overall, yeah. So I've got UConn and South Carolina winning. You have a UConn parlay, but if you're just doing straight, I know you like the parlay. You still going UConn? Or
Probably.
yeah, I respect it. I respect it.
No, maybe USC.
Yeah, it's so tough right now. It's so tough. And even if we parlayed those two, it probably wouldn't even be worth it. So that's what's bananas. But all right. Well, Max, I know your boy, if I had to name your top five UFC guys, this one of the five is fighting this weekend, and I know you want to talk about it a little bit. So here's the floor.
Yeah, I mean, Brendan Olin Allen, good old Louisiana boy. Um, was supposed to fight Marvin Vittori. Unfortunately, Marvin backed out like a little bitch. But Chris Curtis, he fought not too long ago, but still a great fighter. Podcast partners with Sean Strickland, sparring partners with Sean Strickland, gym buddies, all that stuff. So he's a good ass fighter. It should be a good fight. Um, line, it I just had it, but I think it was minus 175 or minus 185 and then plus 175. Um,
Damn, that came down since I wrote him down earlier today.
so I was close for Chris. It's plus 180 Chris and then minus 218. So
Okay, that's what I had. Okay, that's what I had written down.
don't like that too much because I don't really like much other fights um in this, just betting wise and all that. As I always say, the fights are going to be great. Don't always got to bet on them to enjoy them. But Brendan Allen to win by KO, TKO, DQ, or submission is plus 130. Um, his submission decisions minus 175, which is very unfortunate, but I think there's a good chance. I mean, he dominated Paul Craig, submitted him, I think, round two in his last fight. Um, so I like that plus 130 a lot. I think it's good odds and very good chance he submits him. He's very good at jujitsu. But that ground and pound, he might be able to sneak a couple elbows and get that KO, DQ, and stuff. So
Okay.
I think it's a good value.
Yep. I love that. I was gonna ask. So you said sub and then the TKO DQ.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Plus
And then just sub, and I like that bet better thinking about it. I wrote down Allen sub just plus 175 alone, which if you're only getting if you can add in TKO, DQ, and KO and you have to sacrifice plus 40, like that's not bad. Just
yeah,
to make you cover that. I like that.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it though. Should still be a pretty solid fight night.
And I want to say this, and that Max, I only know this, and this is probably just for you, so anyone listening won't be able to cash in, but just so I can tell you I said it. I've been reading on this one fighter in the PFL tonight, Delia, Delija. Apparently his line went from like minus 140 to like plus 120. And I was listening to this capper guy talk about it and the fact that it swung that much. He's all over the plus money, so just I guess more for you and me. I'll probably be playing that. It's like Dalia in the PFL plus 120. I don't know. If
Did he
you
say like missed weight or anything? Like Has he got like points taken away or anything?
Let's see.
Sometimes it doesn't matter because he's gonna knock him out anyway, you know. But
Yeah, yeah. Let me see if there's anything. Let's see if any news. Um, but that's the only other thing. And
it's
then let me see. Oh, I got the ways. Yeah, they hit the weights and everything.
all right. Well then, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
It's kind
either.
of crazy.
Yeah, so that switched up a lot. So I might hit that. But then last thing I have our footy teams are playing on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. We're gonna be
Yeah,
on the bus. We're gonna be on the wine bus at that time. We'll be just getting on the wine bus, right? Or is it 9 a.m.? I can't remember.
I don't know. I haven't been told.
I thought Taylor sent the text. I'll forward it to you. Taylor sent some long text. I don't know. I would think. Okay. I'll look at it. Either way, Brentford Villa. Villa is minus 150 money line. The draw is plus 330. Brentford plus 370. Ollie Watkins' status is questionable right now. He wasn't gonna play, now he might play. Anything you got on your end on the Brentford side? Because I'm a little hesitant after Villa got their ass beat by City.
Dude, we got nothing. We I just I don't know. I don't know what to think of the team. They're so hit or miss and just miss so many opportunities. So I think you guys handle it pretty easily, honestly.
So I
Even with
So minus 150 is the money line. I don't hate that. I'm gonna probably stay away. Villa tie, a Villa tie double chance, and then both teams to score parlay is like minus 135. I don't hate that.
that's not
But
bad.
you're also getting money line at minus 150. So I mean, it seems like you're kind of doing a lot for minus 15 more, you know? So it's a
Yeah,
tough one.
yeah.
So I'm
It,
torn. The under 3.5 is minus 160. Over is plus 125. I don't think we go over 3.5 goals. I don't think either team is capable of scoring more than two. So,
yeah.
I mean, unless we go
Me-
2-2, and I doubt it. I think it's a 2-1 Villa win, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
But we looked so bad against City, I have no idea what to expect. So,
We don't look great either.
yep. Yep.
Haven't looked like it in a while.
Any other footy or anything else you got for the weekend, or shall we get on with our bad selves and enjoy the rest of this weekend?
Yeah. No, I think ready to rock and roll. Watch
Sweet.
some good sports.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Anything that we find in the markets that we like, we will post to the story or to the account on Ramble On Sports. Otherwise, everyone, we will talk to you later. Max, let's have a great weekend. I need to take the puppers out because he is pouting like a motherfucker. Happy birthday, Tay, and everyone be safe this weekend. Have fun.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, guys.